So here's a thought-provoking question that I'm going to give you an opportunity to answer at the end of this 60 minutes. The question is, what is your definition of a rookie card? That is the topic of today's live stream. Let's do it. Well, hey, good morning and hello, everyone. Big time shout out to the entire Bench Clear Media team for putting this together and also for allowing me a small slice of the pie. I am honored and grateful to be here with you today. A word to my subscribers. I want to apologize in advance if what you're about to hear in the next 60 minutes, portions of it you may have heard already. Well, with that said, my name is Victor, the Rookie Card Specialist here on YouTube. And I just want to say, if you want to say hello, go ahead and just go to the chat and say hello. And hopefully we can go to the chat as we move along. But here in this channel, it's all about the rookie card. We look at its past and present day status, all in an effort to better understand this hobby icon. Now, my name has evolved from All Time Greats blog to Victor, the Rookie Card Specialist. It's evolved organically by way of my content that I create and my supporters. Well, the history of the rookie card is very complex, but only by understanding the challenges from the past can we understand the challenges that we face today. And only then can we really get a glimpse of what lies ahead. But if you would let me to be honest with you for just a moment, if you would just allow me to just keep it real for a minute, I see a lot of red flags when it comes to the rookie card today. In a sense, the rookie card the waters have been muddied and the lines have been blurred. You see, I made a list one time, and this is a really fun exercise to do. If you haven't done it yet, try doing this exercise. One evening, I took an hour or two, and I wrote down how many types of collectors are there. And the list that I created, I'll tell you, I came up with 23 different types of collectors. Maybe there's more, I don't know, but that was my list, and I really put a lot of thought into it. And what I noticed that within the collectors, when I say the history of the collector, history of the hobby, I'm talking within the last 40 years. Within the last 40 years, the majority of collectors can all agree that the rookie card is the most important. And I shouldn't even say the most important, because then it becomes debatable, right? But I think all collectors can agree that the rookie card is perhaps one of the most important cards in the hobby today. My personal opinion is that the rookie card is a pillar of the hobby. It is the very backbone of the hobby. And so, with that said, don't think that I'm painting you a picture of peace and unity, because on the contrary, nothing in the hobby has been more divisive than the rookie card. There has been decades of disagreements when it comes to the rookie card. So today, what I'm wanting to offer you is simply a rookie card, my rookie card thesis per se. We're going to look at the challenges of the past, the challenges of today, but I'm also going to give you what I think are some viable solutions, because if there are no viable solutions, then it's truly not a thesis. So I hope you stay tuned. I also have a giveaway at the end of this. We're going to be giving away a hobby box of 2021 Bowman. And I'm going to be doing it by way of trivia, because that seems to be the trend on how we're doing things for Hobby Palooza. And so pay attention towards the end of that. I'm going to be doing a trivia question, and you will get a chance to win a hobby box of Bowman 2021. Let's go to the chats and see who's joined us. All right. Wrigley Regular says hello. Brent, Top Spinach 316 is here. What's up, guys? Oh my goodness, there's just I cannot even try to. We're going to come back to the chat, and I'm going to start with this, guys. I want to start with this because I got a lot to dive into, and I'm really going to pour out my heart here within the next 60 minutes because I want us to understand what I want us to. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I guess is the point I'm trying to say. But I do want to share with you a little bit of my origin story. And I'm going to just give you the short the cliff notes of my origin story just for the sake of time. But it's important that you know where I'm coming from, so because it all kind of ties into the story that I'm going to tell you. So I started collecting in 1976. Back then, the food and beverage issues were very prevalent in that day. You're talking Hostess cupcakes, Kellogg's, Post, uh, Kraft American cheese, Jello, all of these food and beverage issues, and that was a very special time for me because it's a moment where I believe it was pure innocence. I was 5.5, maybe 6 years old, and it was just a pure innocence about my collecting. And it's the moment in my life that I call that the seed was planted. And so that food and beverage issue, I didn't really understand the concept of what sports cards were. All I know was I enjoyed them and I played with them, and they were all the rave for a young boy my age. 1981 comes around, and my dad at times would come home and he would bring me a candy bar on Fridays because that was payday. Well, in the summer of 1981, he didn't bring me a candy bar. Instead, that day, he brought me two handfuls of packs, and they were 1981 Donruss and 1981 Flair. And it was at that moment that I became a collector, and I absolutely fell in love with sports card collecting. And so year after year, I'm now becoming a teenager, mid 80s, and I'm collecting more and more, and I'm really getting into it. And by 1994, I decided I want to be a dealer, and so I started the process of buying and selling sports cards mainly through regional shows. I was here in Northwest Indiana. I did a lot of regional shows and was really enjoying that until around 2001. I started to get really, really frustrated with the hobby. And I guess my frustrations were in the amount of product that was being released. And I just felt like at the time that the hobby was becoming a hobby for millionaires. And they were just pushing the little guy aside. At least that's how I felt. I'm not saying that that was a reality. But I just saw, 2001 when Albert Pujols and Ichiro Suzuki was coming out. I just noticed, I felt like a cash grab of product that was just being released. All these little gimmick sets were coming out, all for the sole purposes of creating another Pujols and Ichiro rookie card. Now, this went on, and then in 2003, I saw the same shenanigans with LeBron James, and at this point, I'm just overwhelmed. And in 2003, I tapped out. And by the following year, 2004, I sold my entire collection. Heartbreaking, and as regretful that is, that's what I did. But now, I returned to the hobby in 2014. And two things brought me back. The first one was I was starting to follow sports pretty regularly. And so I started to think, man, okay, I wonder what's up with sports cards. And so what I did was I went on YouTube and I did a search, and I just entered baseball cards. And the first channel that YouTube recommended to me was Baseball Cards Junkies TV. Big shout out to my man Nate and Eric. But that was the first video I saw, and at that first video, I was hooked. At that very moment, I declared, I am back. So what did I do? I started to consume YouTube content, and I started following a lot of guys and learning. And what I was doing was getting caught up with what the hobby was doing. And I started to see how things had evolved from the 10 years that I had missed. So what I did was the first thing I started doing when I came back was I started getting into breaks. I did a lot of breaks. But then I started buying collections. And so I would go to certain Facebook groups in my areas, like garage sales and yard sales and that type of thing. And I would just put the word out there that I'm shopping for sports cards, and I would get certain hits, and it was a blast. I mean, I'd go around on the weekend looking at collections and or buying collections. And it was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of work. And so I was sitting and I was looking at all these piles of cards that I had recently purchased. And I'm thinking to myself, man, what am I going to do with all this stuff? And that's when I decided, you know what? I don't want to sell cards. I don't want to be a dealer. I want to be a collector again. And so that's what I did. And so the next logical question was, well, what am I going to collect? And I decided that, back when I left early 2000s, PSA Hall of Fame rookie cards were a big deal to me because I had just started getting into them. So I started looking into PSA Hall of Fame rookie cards. And in 2014, I find out that there's a set registry. So I started learning about set registries. I started several set registries, and I was loving this set registry thing. I'm thinking to myself, man, this is the way to go. So I remember starting one particular set registry of the rookie cards of Frank Thomas. And I went ahead and started that set registry, and it's only 6 cards. So I says, man, this is simple. I was a big Frank Thomas fan growing up here in the Chicagoland region. I says, I'm going to knock this set registry out because this is one of my favorite dudes. So I went on eBay and I started purchasing Frank Thomas PSA rookie cards. Now here, I'm going to show you a few of them here. This is the 1990 score. This is one of my favorites. The O-Pee-Chee. Man, that autofocus does not want to do the job for me. It's another one of my favorites right here. Is the Leaf, very popular card. So here's the thing with that. I started buying these Frank Thomas rookie cards, right? And I bring them home. I'm getting ready to put them in the set registry. And I'm all excited, and I'm starting to see my registry as I enter my cards. And I'm really excited. This is really, really exciting. But then I go to enter this card. The 1990 score traded Frank Thomas. So I go to enter this card in the registry, but I don't see it in my registry. And I'm like, hey man, what's going on with this card here? So I went back into my inventory and I deleted it, right? And I re-entered it thinking it's just a computer glitch of some sort. And so I went ahead and re-entered it, and it still would not show up in my registry. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I look at view checklist, and I'm looking at the 6 cards again. And I noticed that the 1990 score traded is not in there. And I'm like, what in the world and why in the heck is this card not in the set registry? It's a Frank Thomas rookie card. Why wouldn't it be in the set registry? Come to find out upon further investigation, no, it is not considered a rookie card because the 1990 score, right, is an extension of the 1990 score set. And he already has a rookie card in the 1990 score set. So the rule of thumb there is a lifetime of standards in the hobby says that the rookie card must come from the base set. And if the set has more than one rookie card, well, only the first card in the set is going to be given the rookie card designation. That's why this is the first card in the set of Thomas This one gets the true RC designation, and this one doesn't. Okay, lesson learned, I moved on. So what did I do next? I started getting into Javier Baez and Francisco Lindor because these guys, they're young. I love their story. They're so athletic. They're such good players. And I ended up going ahead and I'm going back to eBay and I'm shopping for their rookie cards. But come to find out, as I'm shopping for their cards, I'm finding that everything that was listed between 2013 and 2015 is considered a rookie card. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the heck can these guys have such a broad span of rookie cards? So it confused me. And so what did I do? I did what any logical guy would do. I started looking at the pictures and I started noticing that some of these cards, they have the RC logo, and I'm thinking logically to my head, okay, I'm just going to purchase the ones that have the RC logo on it. And so that's what I set my sights on. But then come to find out, I'm looking at that, but I'm starting to see insert cards and subset cards and parallel cards, all of them showcasing this RC logo. And I'm thinking to myself, now mind you, remember my history and my layoff. And now I'm coming back and I'm really confused. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the heck can an insert, a subset, and a parallel, how can everything be a rookie? So what did that do? It inspired me to do my homework. And so what I did was I got to work and I started looking, researching, YouTube, books, articles, hobby forums were huge for me, blogs, certain collectors. I started researching this topic of the rookie card extensively. And so what I did was it all started coming together for me. And I started to see a lot of kinks in the armor per se. And so I started to look at the history of the rookie card and how it's evolved. And I decided to start a website in 2016 called alltimegreats.blog. On my website, there's two types of articles. I'm going to go ahead and I write an article on the rookie cards of a Hall of Famer, and I try to identify which ones are truly the rookie cards. The second type of article that I was writing on my website was my findings in my rookie card research. So my website kind of became my platform, my dumping ground for all my research. And then I came across a clutch moment. And the clutch moment for me was in 2015. I came across a Beckett magazine article. Is this one right here, issue number 247, October of 2005. I came across this article in this Beckett magazine 10 years after it was written. And you notice the headline on the magazine is the rookie card broken? The hobby was faced with this question back then. And it's a question that the hobby had to answer at the time. That entire issue deals with the entire, it deals with the current state of the rookie card back then. And so I found this article and I just had this like epiphany moment, and everything was like coming together for me. The reason for this article was the involvement of the Players Association stepping in. And it gave details because in May of 2005, the Players Association released a press conference, and they got involved for the sole purposes of, get this, and I quote, consumer confusion. Consumer confusion was the reason why the Players Association stepped in. So What was all the confusion about? Why were people so confused about the rookie card back then? Well, you know what that is? That's an excellent question, and I'm really glad you asked it. Now, here's the point where I'm going to get to the history of the rookie card, but I got to give you the abridged version, and I'm just going to hit certain topics and move along quickly because we got other stuff to cover, okay? But here's some of the confusion that was going on back then. In the early 80s, we had competition, right? And everybody loves the competition because competition brought variety. Competition brought a chance for competition and design and elements, and collectors just had so many options, and it was really cool. A lot of, now we had a wide variety of cards being produced that just made things more fun for the collector. But what we failed to realize is during the 80s, the competition created a very fierce rivalry into who was going to print the rookie card first. And that was the big competition side of things for these card manufacturers, because the first product to release the rookie card was going to be the product that blew up, because there was this rookie card boom, as I call it, in the early 80s. And so if you guys can excuse me for I left my water over here and my mouth is like super dry. Can you hold on for 1 second? Sorry. Okay, much better. Sorry. So what happened? The hobby put the burden on Beckett Publications to bring about clarity into what the rookie card was, because there was a lot of debate with certain cards that were released apparently too soon. For example, the 1984 Fleer, Roger Clemens, Kirby Puckett, that sort of thing. They were entered into the 1984 Fleer update set, but yet in 1985, all the card manufacturers created cards for them. So half the collectors said the 85 cards are the true rookie, and other collectors would say, no, it's the first card. These are the first cards, so it's the 1984 Fleer update. So there was this tense rivalry between the hobby on which one is the true. So they tasked Beckett Publications, Dr. Beckett and his team at the time, tried to bring clarity and a set of standards as to what a rookie card is, because that's what the hobby wanted. The problem is, no soon as Beckett Publications created the standard, printed the standard, card manufacturers created something different, and they put a different twist on it, and there was a different gimmick, a different product, and so they pushed the envelope as to what a true rookie card is. And so Dr. Beckett and his team back to the drawing board. Okay, we got to make adjustments. How let's adjust the standard, I guess you can say. And so this continued. By the early 90s, parallel cards are created. Parallel cards were a lot simpler back then. It was basically, bronze, silver, and gold. But the question came up back then, can parallel cards be rookie cards? Some people said yes, other people said no, but the end result, Hobby Publications the hobby had decided back then that parallel cards are not to be considered rookie cards. So we move on. We move on with disagreement, but we move on. Throughout the 90s, card manufacturers started printing cards of baseball players earlier and earlier. It seemed like, they're getting these guys in when they get drafted or when they're prospects, and they're including them into the sets and calling them official rookie cards. And these guys hadn't played a single day in baseball. Take, for instance, Derek Jeter. His rookies are in 93. He didn't come into the major leagues until 1995. And it seemed like these card manufacturers were pursuing these players sooner and sooner for some of them were even have rookie cards featured in plain clothes, or they got rookie cards featured in their high school uniform, for crying out loud. But this type of stuff continued, and then end of 1990s to 2000s, the early 2000s, there's another layer of complexity in the rookie card, because now we start getting into autograph cards. But the autograph cards were very limited. And so this brought, see, that the concept was that there should be fair and equal, that the hobby should have a fair and equal chance at owning said cards. But now when you insert an autograph card and it's super rare, how is that fair and equal? And so, it just created another layer of debate. Are autographed rookie cards and serial numbered cards, are these considered true rookie cards? Some people agreed, some people disagreed. And so the end result was now early 2000s, when you have a gluttony of product being released. And it seemed like when the Players Association stepped in, it was more to educate the industry as to what the standard is going to be going forward. But it seemed like that was not received very well. So it seemed like nobody wanted to accept what the PA had said, or, the card companies, it seems like, at least according to my research, the card manufacturers back then, instead of looking to comply, they opted to look for shortcuts and shenanigans more. And so this pushed the envelope and caused muddied waters even more. And it seemed just like the topic kind of died down, fizzled out, maybe by design, maybe just nobody wanted to talk about it or deal with it. So we just ignored that. And so now it's evolved to where everything's a rookie card. And that, to me, is a red flag. That's a dangerous place to be, because what's happening is the rookie card is becoming diluted, per se. And the understanding of what really is a rookie card is really muddied. So the problem with everything being a rookie card is that historically and legally, they're not. And so I tell you what I mean by legally. What I've done, I've created a list, and I've called it the 10 Commandments of the rookie card. And it's something that I've taken through my research. And the first 5, I'm going to read them to you here in just a moment. The 10 Commandments of the rookie card. The first 5 declare what I figured was what the Players Association, when I looked at this and looked and researched that press conference that the Players Association, I created the first 5 are what the PA recommended or suggested that the rookie card is going to be. The second 5 are what the hobby has issued as a rookie card. Now, there have been more as far as the rules and standards set by the hobby, but some of them are obsolete. Some of them have become, obsolete because of the PA. And so I understand the rookie card has evolved. Now, this 10 Commandments, this list that I'm about to give you, is only the research that I have found. I wish we had, copy of the agreements that were signed or what have you. None of this is official, I guess, is my point. This is just my research, what I have found, and I just made a simple list of it so that there's clarity, okay? This by no means is an official document. This is only my research in the context of a rookie card thesis here. Let me give you the first one. Commandment number 1. Remember, these first 5 are what the Players Association assigned to the industry. A rookie card must be licensed by both the league and the Players Association. Now, on my website, I give commentary for each one, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to give any commentary. I'm just going to move on. Number 2, a rookie card can only be released after a player has made a pro level roster. Number 3, A rookie card must be branded with some type of identifier on the card front. Commandment number 4, a non-pro roster player can only appear on insert cards without the MLB RC logo. And number 5, a non-pro roster player can be included in the base set as a rookie card with the consent of the MLBPA, but an August 31st deadline still applies. Now, if you want to know all the details and the meat of all of those, you can go to my YouTube channel or my website. But on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist. I created a playlist and I called it All About the Rookie Card. Inside of that playlist are 5 videos, and it explains to you the history, the 10 commandments, and the future. And if you look at that, I give a presentation, a detailed presentation of what all of this means. For the sake of time, we're going to move on. Remember, those first 5 are from the MLBPA. The second 5 are now what the hobby has declared what a rookie card is. Number 6, a rookie card must appear in the base set. If a player has more than one card in the base set, the first appearance of that player shall be considered the rookie card. Okay, I talked about that one a little bit ago. The next one, number 7, a rookie card must come from a product that is allocated in pack form and distributed nationally when released. Commandment number 8, a player's rookie card that is part of the update or traded set and was distributed in pack form nationally must not have any other cards issued within the same product line. Commandment number 9, cards from licensed or unlicensed manufacturers depicting players in minor league uniforms shall not be considered as rookie cards. And number 10, a rookie card must not be an insert, redemption, a parallel card, nor an on-demand product. Now, case in point, what hobby has shown us is that a large portion of the hobby does not agree. Another portion of the hobby agrees. Now, I can probably guess that some of you, as I was reading these, you probably disagreed, and you were probably okay with others and not okay with other ones. So again, the debate and the controversy lives on. But I do want to address some popular misconceptions about the rookie card. And I've got 3 misconceptions that I want to talk about. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry if I'm not going to the comments. I promise I am going to read everyone and hopefully respond to everyone. I am just I'm looking at the clock and I want to get everything in, and so please feel free to enter your comments on the chat, and hopefully we can get to them maybe at the end if we have some time. But let's look at some popular misconceptions about the rookie card. The first one is it's up to the individual collector to decide what a rookie card is. Now, I can agree with that to a certain extent, but there's 3 things that bother me with that statement. And the first one is, what if the collectors knew and they don't really have the experience or the knowledge to properly declare what a rookie card is? And so what is happening, I believe, because of that, because we allow people to decide what a rookie card is, we have tons and tons of eBay listings with misidentified information in the heading. There's people calling things a rookie card when in reality it isn't. And there's other novice collectors that are getting they're getting scammed, or they're getting misinformed, and they're buying cards thinking that they're rookie cards when they're really not. It happened to me, and I was an experienced collector of 28 years, and I come back and I got duped looking at a heading thinking that this was a rookie card because the heading said it was a rookie card. In reality, it wasn't. Also, the problem that I have with this concept is that we open up the door for scams. and we allow people to get taken advantage of. And that's dangerous. So I don't agree with that statement. The other popular misconception is that the hobby decides what a rookie card is. Now, this is a very popular response among industry leaders, in which I respond, well, isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient to just defer and just let, hey, the hobby decides? Come on, guys. The other thing that I have concerns with this concept is, so if the hobby decides what a rookie card is, exactly what is it that the hobby has decided? Historically, my research is showing me that a large portion of the hobby agrees, while another large portion of the hobby disagrees, and there's another portion of the hobby coming up that is so confused and so sick and tired of hearing about it that they don't even care. Just show me which ones make me the most money. You see the danger in that? And so I've always taken this concept, this way of thinking, and I compare it to the analogy of driving. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be heading down I-80 West, and I'm going to be heading towards Rockford, Illinois to go to the National. Who's excited about the National? I know I am. But I've been taking I-80 to go to and from work for nearly 30 years. I drive this expressway every single day. The speed limit is 55 miles an hour. And so what if we just told people, everybody, you can go as fast as you want down this expressway. It is totally up to you. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. How long do you think that'll last? How long before there's absolute chaos and confusion? Likewise, I think it's the same analogy with sports cards. You see, there's a 55 mile an hour speed limit, but there's also, there's boundaries. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Taking this route to and from work every day for 30 years, I've gotten pulled over, okay, for speeding. When I get pulled over, whether I get a warning or I get a ticket, it's irrelevant. The officer, every time, and I've found this to be so curious, every time he'll tell me, keep it under 75. So if the speed limit is 75 miles an hour, or if the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, why would he tell me to go keep it under 75? I found that to be odd, but it's you see, not everybody agrees with going 55 miles an hour. Likewise with the rookie, not everybody agrees what a rookie card is. But what they've created, what the speed limit has created is a set of boundaries. And I feel that's what the hobby needs when it comes to the rookie card, a set of boundaries. And the problem is that it does have a set of boundaries. They've just been forgotten about. And so that's kind of my spiel when it comes to the hobby decides what a rookie card is. Next one is a narrow definition versus a broad definition. The concept here says, you know what? Things have evolved now. Not everybody wants a narrow definition of the rookie card. And to that I say 100%. You know what? I don't want a narrow definition of the rookie card either. But broad shouldn't mean limitless either. So, and who decides that? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, and we'll get to who decides that here in a minute. The point that I'm trying to make is, where's the parameters there? You see, I see it as too narrow is bad, but too broad is bad. So we've got to come up with the parameter to give this thing some structure. Now I want to get into some viable solutions. The rookie card, here's where I might lose you. Remember, this is just a rookie card thesis. That's all this is. The rookie card needs to be established by a set of guidelines, or dare I even say rules. And I think the misconception is that we think that rules bind us, but in reality, when it's done correctly, rules give us freedom within the boundaries. Okay, and so I think it would be very beneficial if the hobby would understand, uh, listen, and understand what that boundary is and what those guidelines are. And so, in my opinion, there should be three governing bodies when it comes to this rookie card thing. Now, right now, what we have is we have one governing body is the league and the players association. That's one governing body. The second governing body is card manufacturers, or should I just say the industry, right? So we have these two big titans, the league and the players association and the industry. But what about the hobby? See, the hobby, I feel, doesn't have any representation. The hobby is just the wild, wild west ran by these two titans. And so the hobby doesn't have any representation. The hobby doesn't have a voice per se. The hobby doesn't have a seat at the table. And what I think is that the hobby needs a human resource department. And the HR department needs to be an HR department that has the collector's interest at heart, not the two titans' best interest, but the collector's best interest. So I say, let's get one. Why doesn't the hobby have any representation when it comes to making these types of decisions? So I say, let's all get together, right? We're going to take the two titans and we're going to create a titan over here for the hobby, the HR department. But let's all get together. Let's all sit down and let's figure this out once and for all. Let's set up a set of guidelines, and they don't have to be narrow or broad. Listen, they can be a generic set of all-encompassing principles, just a generic template of a standard, so that we all have a reference point and a go-to point. And I think it would be very, very healthy for us to do so. Another viable solution, I believe, is proper identification or proper classification of cards. Now, in 2017, I found COMC, something that's very familiar to all of us by now, or most of us. But they classify their rookie cards in a very unique way, and I think it's very, very beneficial. But it's basically the PRC identifier signifying pre-rookie cards. There are all the cards that are considered like minor league cards or prospect cards. They're going to identify that on their website. Those cards are giving a PRC identifier. And that's really intelligent classification that they've given it. The next one is an RC identification, and this is the classification that designates the true rookie cards. And the third classification that they give is an RY identifier for rookie year. The cards that fall into this classification are basically inserts and subsets. They fall into that classification. Genius concept. CONC is something that we're very familiar with. Why doesn't the industry adopt that type of classification? But instead, what we have is, it seems like even you think within the hobby it's bad. You think that collectors debate, the industry is even, everybody in the industry appears to have a different definition or version of what a rookie card is. So it's like, even as an industry, we don't have it together. So it's genius. That type of classification really opens things up and brings about a lot of clarity. On my channel, I've created an episode series called Rookie Card Exercises. And I really I've created a fourth classification for cards, and I've called it post-theme rookie cards. And in that classification of cards are all the cards like second, third, fourth year cards, anything in the design of the card that says rookie on it. A lot of novice collectors, they think that these are actually rookie cards just because the design mentions the word rookie. And so they think that that's a rookie card. It is not. So that's how come I've created that fourth classification. And in my rookie card exercise videos, we kind of go through a pile of cards or something, or I'll give a presentation and we'll put each card that's in question and we'll place it in its proper classification. Very, very good thing for the industry and the hobby as a whole to adopt, in my opinion. The third viable solution that I think would be very beneficial is everybody should be speaking the same language, right? So, here's the thing. There's a mindset within the hobby that says, you know what? These are my cards. I'm going to call them rookie card if I want to, and nobody's going to tell me different. And hey, I get it. Hashtag respect. I get where you're coming from. But here's my take on that. I think within the confines of your home, you're absolutely correct. Within the confines of your home and your personal PC, those are your cards. You call them whatever you want. But the problem is when we go public with that, well, now we become part of the problem. We become part of the confusion. And so that's how come there's so much muddied waters, because we're all speaking our own, we're not speaking the same language. Let's call them, hey, it's a prospect card, it's a pre-rookie card, or it's a parallel rookie card, or it's a rookie year card. You see what I'm saying? Just proper language would go a very long way. And the fourth viable solution is rebranding of the rookie card logo. Here's a big one for me. Here's where I think inserts and subset cards, everything has a RC logo on it, and it shouldn't. This card manufacturers, if you're listening to me, listen to the cries of the collectors. Nobody cares about an insert card that has an RC logo. It's not a rookie card. Stop muddying the waters. Bring clarity in this area. Let's call them what they are instead of what we want them to be. These are not rookie cards. They're rookie year cards. I can totally respect that. So let's rebrand that RC logo. Let's remove that RC logo and let's put in an RY logo maybe in there, just to bring, we don't have to do anything to the pre-rookie cards because they're not labeled with anything, as they shouldn't be. So those are perfectly fine the way they are. The rookie cards are perfectly fine the way they are. They're labeled and branded correctly. But the inserts and the subset cards, my goodness, everything cannot be a rookie card. Let's call them rookie year. Now we're talking. So let's just review. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to end with this. Here's what I'm saying with all of this. In my years of studying this topic, I find that there's a lot of debate and confusion, but it comes down to three reasons. We're either ignorant, uncertain, or we have a blatant disregard for what a rookie card is. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm some old guy who's just grumpy and I'm stuck in 1986 and I'm just screaming out the window to get off my grass. As a matter of fact, I just turned 50 and I don't look a day older than 35, right? But no, listen, I collect rookie cards of Hall of Famers in all four primary sports. That's my focus. But listen, I have plenty of cards of ultramodern. I have Fernando Tatis, Ronald Acuna, Juan Soto. I have parallel cards. I have serial numbered cards. So what I'm telling you is that I have a well-rounded view of what's going on here. And I've noticed that there's just so much confusion and so much debate and so much, or we don't care. We've just given up even caring. And that's not healthy either. But here's the takeaway in all of this. And if you don't listen to another thing I said, take at least this one thing with you. The rookie card is an icon within the hobby, and it should be respected and protected by us, the hobby. The rookie card should be respected and protected by the industry, and the rookie card should be respected and protected by the Players Association. Now, in the beginning of this video, I asked you a very direct question, and that was, what is your definition of a rookie card? And I want to give you an opportunity to voice your opinion. In the link, in the description of this video, you're going to find a link, and it's called Rookie Card Survey. Will you take a moment to fill that survey out? It's 13 questions. The first 12 are very simple, multiple choice questions. It won't take you but 2 minutes to fill them out, if that. Question number 13, the final one, is a text box. And you can write out a response giving me your opinion on what a rookie card is. I would love to know. So please consider subscribing if you like this type of content. Please consider filling out that rookie card survey. And I would, what I want to do next is, what time we got here? 11:52. So what I want to do next is the giveaway. Let's get into the giveaway. Again, it's a hobby box of 2021 Bowman. Thank you to Topps and Bench Clear Media for giving us that. I think it was a very kind gesture. And I'm going to do it via trivia because that seems to be the trend of how we're doing things this year. But here is, and it's going to be the first response that I see on my end, and I'm going to mark that here. I'm just going to put response so I can find my way. Okay, so here is the trivia question. You guys ready? You guys should just know this, or else it'll just be like a, who can type the fastest. Here is the trivia question. What is considered the true rookie card of Babe Ruth? Go. First person. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just reading Pepino Man's response, and you know how he does it. Oh my goodness, these responses are coming in so quick. Okay, you're giving me the year, but you also got to give me the rest of it. You just can't give me the year. Okay, hold on a second. I think we got a winner. I think we have a winner. I believe this is the correct answer by Adam D. It's the 1916 M101. I just don't know if somebody before him got it. So let me just scroll real quick. Somebody put 88 score. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. You guys are hilarious. Okay. Yeah, a lot of you put 1916, but that was it. You didn't give me all of it. So the first person who gave it all to me is, in fact, Adam D. Adam D., congratulations to you, sir. You will need to go into the hobbypalooza.com website. Halfway through it is a form that you fill out, and they will contact you, or you contact them with your ship to address. Congratulations to you. That is exciting. Okay. With that said, let me go here. I'm going to go over some, I want to review my viable solutions. Again, guys, this is just, I guess, like a research paper that I done. I guess an essay, you can say. It's no way am I saying this is right and everybody else is wrong. That's hogwash. I am basically just somebody who's passionate about rookie cards, somebody who has, I've just, over the years, 5-6 years, I have just poured so much of my attention and affection to this topic, and I just like talking about it. That's all. But I really do think like viable solutions. Let's just review the viable solutions real quick. The first one is a unified, universal set of guidelines that defines what a rookie card is, but more importantly, everybody, especially the governing bodies, should comply with what the set of standards is. There's a set of standards. Card manufacturers, when you're manufacturing cards, you need to abide by the set of standards. Stop throwing curveballs, stop throwing gimmicks, and stop throwing things at us that just confuse us. All right. Also, the hobby speaking the same language is another viable solution, especially during selling and buying transactions. That's right. It's just common courtesy for one another. Another one is proper classification. And lastly, the rebranding of the RC logo inside of inserts and subset cards. Well, listen, guys, coming up next, it's Garrett. You're not going to want to miss him. I left a description to his channel in the description down below. It looks like we're going to be ending just like a minute or two early. What you can do is go and fill out that rookie card survey, come back and click on Garrett's channel. I got it. Card Cutter is in the description down below. He's one of the best TTMers in the community. He gets into Hall of Fame football cards, and he gets into wrestling. I love Garrett. He's a family man. He's an active military man. He runs an awesome Facebook group called Slab City. Everybody in the YouTube community loves him. So let's show this man some love by going over to his channel next. With that said, guys, I thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you heard here, please consider subscribing. And remember to always learn, collect, and enjoy. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye.